Ну что, дорогие друзья, всем привет. Ильнур, здравствуй. Мы продолжаем проходить Mass Effect, первую часть. Это стрим уже третий по счету. На прошлом стриме мы спасли Лиару, и она присоединилась к нам на борт Нормандии. Так. Что загружается? Так, что я хотел сделать? Надо сначала со всеми поговорить. Как мы здесь закончили на прошлом стриме, надо будет побеседовать. Кто у нас тут есть? Может, что-нибудь новенькое узнаем.
Yes, Commander?
Так, здесь ничего нового.
Yes, sir.
Дальше. Температурный монитор. Изучить. Здесь тоже изучить. Так, побеседуем с Джокером.
I prefer gold to silver, you know, for my medal. I figured you'd recommend me for one since I pulled your boots out of the fire.
If we present you with a medal, you'll end up sitting on stage listening to politicians make speeches for a couple of hours. Fun.
That's a good point. They'd probably make me shave, too. I spent the last 7 weeks working on this baby. No medal's worth that. So, Commander, why don't you tell me why you're really here?
Так, ну мы это уже беседовали совсем.
I have to
Так,
go.
уходим отсюда.
Alright, see ya.
Так, что тут еще? Управление орудиями. Посмотреть в иллюминатор. Это изучение. Все изучили. Пошли дальше. Так, дальше. Давайте сходим сюда. Тут... идем вниз, да. Все правильно. Так, направо. Так, доктор Чаквас что-нибудь новенькое скажет. Нет, ничего нового. Так, здесь находится наша Лиара. Давай побеседуем с тобой.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander. If you hadn't shown up...
I'm just glad we got there in time.
So am I. I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. I have seen the way your crew looks at me. They do not trust me. But I am not like Benezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you. I know you won't let me down.
It means a lot to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you.
Давайте разузнаем про
Do
Бенезию.
you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
I don't understand it. She was always outspoken about the need for the Asari to become more involved in shaping galactic events. Maybe she thought allying herself with Saren would somehow be for the greater good in the long run. At least I hope so.
This hurts you, doesn't it?
None of this makes any sense to me. I have not spoken to Benezia in many years, but I know her. And this was not like her. Something changed.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning for us. We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
I don't understand. Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an essential element of the union. The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits on to our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
What happens to your partner after the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
Морфеус, здравствуй, привет. Как ваши делишки, рассказывайте.
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
I thought you always needed another species to serve as
Да,
one of the
потихоньку.
Think about it.
Сегодня даже
If
выспался,
we were not able to
на
mate with our own
удивление.
species, we would have died out long before we ever mastered
Морфеич,
this tribe and
привет,
left our homeland.
здравствуй.
Union with our own kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood, though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face. It is a great insult among my people. It is possible Venezia's partner was embarrassed by their union.
Нет, такой мне, конечно, не
She may
быть.
have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
Maybe she wanted to meet you but couldn't. Something could have happened to her. Maybe she passed away.
You might be right. I hope you are. But I have no way to know for sure. Venezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before the child reaches maturity.
You Asari live for 1,000 years. What happens when your partner dies?
Few sapient species live as long as my kind. We have learned to take a philosophical approach to our unions. We do not focus on the inevitable loss of our partners. Instead, we enjoy the time we spend with them. And even after they're gone, a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection that transcends both time and space.
Так, это
Do you know
разговариваю.
who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
Benezia never told you her partner's name?
Union with our own kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood, though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face. It is a great insult among my people. It is possible Benezia's partner
У первой
was
части
embarrassed
есть
by me.
русская озвучка, но она
She may have
паршивая.
been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
Maybe she wanted to meet you but couldn't. Something could have happened to her. Maybe she passed away.
You might be right. I hope you are. But I have no way to know for sure. Venezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before the child reaches maturity.
Так, ну здесь мы все.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Так, дальше у нас кто? Так, Айден, что-нибудь скажешь?
Anything you need, Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Dr. Tassoni. Seems like a sweet girl. Easy on the eyes. I mean, if you like the bookish sort.
Any intentions there, Lieutenant?
No, Commander. Just art appreciation.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Is this an official evaluation, Commander? Or off the record?
Alenko, when it's just you and me, you can consider it off the record.
That's a generous attitude. Okay. I think there's something wrong with all this. This Saren is looking for records on some kind of galactic extinction, but we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't
Да
reading.
там все запутались с этими аккаунтами.
The Council doesn't want to believe anything's wrong. I'd call it human nature, but...
I hear you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council.
Вован, здравствуй, привет.
Sorry if I got too informal. Protocol wasn't a big focus back in Bot.
Tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock. To the kids they hauled in, it was brain camp. Sorry, hauled in is unkind. We were encouraged to commit to an evaluation of our abilities so an understanding of biotics could be compiled. There are worse results of accidental exposure to element 0 in the womb. Beats the brain tumors some kids grew up with.
Is there some question about how you were exposed?
My mother was downwind of a transport crash. It was before there were human biotics, a little after the discovery of the Martian ruins. It only gets iffy around 63 when Kinetics was running out of first-gen subjects. Until then, they'd relied on accidentals. A bunch of guys in suits show up at your door after school, and next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero.
Jump Zero is Gagarin Station, right? What's it like?
Yeah, that's the official name. Biggest and farthest facility we had for decades. Right on the termination shock, the outer edge of the solar system. It's where they did all the Goose Chase FTL research before we caught on to using mass effect fields. It was a sterile research platform when I was there.
Да я сначала вообще другой был, никнейм был другой, я потом поменял его. И решил сделать то, что сделал. Уже не стал менять. Флирт есть тут, да. Все как нужно.
There were other kids in the same boat, right? At least you weren't alone out there.
That's true. We did have a little circle that'd get together every night before lights out. We didn't have much to do, though. It was a research platform then, and Kinetics kept Jump Zero off the extranet to prevent leaks.
Then you must have had plenty of time to get to know each other.
Yeah, we'd sit around and bull every night after dinner, play cards or network games. There was this girl named Rana, who had a little circle grow up around her. She was from Turkey. Her family was very rich, but she was smart and charming as hell. Beautiful, but not stuck up about it. I think you'd have liked her.
В первой части много болтовни. Вот здесь очень много болтовни и беготни. Вторая более резвая. Там больше экшена.
Sounds like she was special to you.
She was. Maybe she felt the same. But things never felt together. Training.
В легендарном издании, получается, подтянули графику, там, то, что улучшили по максимальному. И вторая, третья часть со всеми DLC-шками. Полностью. В первой не знаю, есть DLC, нет. По-моему, там не было DLC. Вторая, третья полностью.
You know of any intentional exposures for certain?
No one knows. Doesn't mean they didn't happen.
Первый, да, первый топ. Но вторая тоже хорошая. Вот третья, как будто недоделанная. Именно концовки.
Anything Kinetics did was gold. I'm not saying they intentionally detonated drives over our outposts, but in retrospect, they were damn quick on the scene.
Jump Zero is a long way from home. What was it like?
The grand gateway to humanity looks a lot better in the vids. But that's my own baggage, Commander. No bearing on this.
Alenko, there's no regulation that says you can't be friends with your commander.
I appreciate that, Commander. I just don't want you to think that I'm a whiner. Besides, I've got my past squared away.
Так, все, поговорили с Аленко. Тут никого. Значит, идем стыковочный. Короче, вниз идем. Так. Сначала идем к Тали, зайдем. Ну вот мне на легендарный, на вот это издание, когда я проходил на релизе, я проходил его, у меня там есть счетчик, показало, что я играл в него 111 часов.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me, especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth, it feels like we're not even moving. And the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
The silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down. I guess you don't have to worry about that here. But old habits die hard. But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have until it's gone.
That's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them. But maybe they just wanted a different life.
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually. But we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
Так, это мы поговорили уже с ней. Все, пошли дальше.
See you later.
Так, консоль заряда изучить. Изучили.
Something I can do for you, Commander.
Здесь ничего нового.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Так, идем дальше. Так, Рекс, что ты скажешь?
We've got Saren on the run.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good. He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
Получается, Рекс знал его.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would have if I thought it was important.
I think I'd like to hear about it just the same.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching.
Ну, по канону, как я понял,
A couple of the mercs
Шепард
called
должна
my
быть
name,
женщиной,
but he
а не
never spoke to
мужиком.
them. Never spoke to anyone.
Только непонятно, в чем
I
прикол
had a
этого.
really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of
Димон,
guards.
да, здравствуй.
They were no
Да,
match
я
for us.
читал, посмотрел специально. По канону женщина. Сам был в шоке.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
Даже когда я запускал третью часть, просто для интереса, прям без переноса, без ничего. Там первая выскакивает именно капитан Шепард, это женщина. А мужик уже на второй строчке уже выпускает. Так что... Да, вот кланка, здесь фраза кланка прям то, что то, что нужно. Вован, хорошо, давай. Так, это мы разговаривали.
So long, Rex.
Так, Рекс закончили. Дальше идем. Эшли.
Commander, you have a minute to
I keep an open door policy. If you have any concerns, lay them on me.
All right. I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but I'm concerned about the aliens, Vicarian and Rex. With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
Да и не говори совсем уже. Что сейчас творится? Лучше это... об этом не говорить ничего лишнего.
They may not serve the Alliance, Chief, but they're allies. At least as far as Saren goes.
This is the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy. I don't think we should give them free rein to poke around the vital systems. Engines, sensors, weapons.
That's enough, Chief. You always second-guess your superiors?
Sir! No, sir. I'm sorry, I was out of line. I'll get back to my duties, Commander.
Так, все, Эшли, мы поговорили. Гарус теперь последний. Что ты скажешь?
How are you?
Why did you want to be a CSEC officer in the first place?
That's a good question. There were several reasons, I guess.
Like what?
Probably the same as most officers. I wanted to fight injustice, wanted to help people. I guess my father had something to do with it too. He was CSEC, one of the best. I grew up hearing about his accomplishments or seeing his picture on the vids after a big arrest. He's taking my resignation pretty hard.
That's tough, but you'd think he'd be impressed you're going after Saren.
My father's a CSEC man to the bone. Do things right or don't do them at all, he says. He thinks I'm being too rash, too impatient. He's worried I'll become just like Saren. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger, for the same reasons.
You were asked to be a Spectre?
Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate. Me and about 1,000 other Turian military recruits. I could have received special training, but my father didn't like it. He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power with no accountability. He wouldn't like you, Commander. No
Могли бы так сделать, все что угодно. Маша, здравствуй, спасибо.
I suppose I can understand his concern.
Как ваши делишки? Рассказывайте.
Saren's not going to play by our rules, CSEC's rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
Just because you can break the rules doesn't mean you should. I don't need to stoop to Saren's level to stop him. And neither do you, Garrus.
Это хорошо. Света, здравствуй. Привет. Так, все, с Гарусом поговорили. Сейчас надо проверить интенданта.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
А, вот то, что я покупал лицензии, все здесь. Замечательно. Так, ну пока не буду ничего покупать. Так. Так, я хотел вернуться. Так. Так, вернуться на цитадель. Да, все хорошо, ничего страшного. Стритрейсер, здравствуй. Спасибо. Так, возвращаемся на цитадель. Так. К карте мира. Так, возвращаемся на цитадель. Надо 2 квеста сдать. Цитадель. Туманность змея. Вдова. Поехали. Совсем жарище, да, Димон? Так, цитадель. Правиться. Приземлиться. Ну это жесть, конечно, еще сплит. А сколько градусов? Так, поехали. О, ну это жестко, конечно. Еще и без ветра. Это вообще просто трэш. Так, берем с собой Лиару. Так, а кто у нас тут? Техник. Давайте Гаруса возьмем. Ну это вообще трэш полный. 38. Считай 40 градусов. Это получается в тени 40. На солнце вообще все, наверное, 40, 50, наверное. Так, сейчас надо Лиару прокачать. Так, у тебя электроника, да? 4 очка. Электронику качаем. Так, деформацию. Бросок. Подъем. Барьер. Барьер прокачаем. И вот так. Так, надо шлем снять. Так. Михайлович, что ты тут делаешь?
Rear Admiral Mihailovic, 5th Fleet.
We weren't told to expect you, sir. I would have prepared a formal greeting.
Spare me the pleasantries. I command the 63rd Scout Flotilla. You and the Normandy were slated for my unit after shakedown. Then the Council got their paws, claws, tentacles, whatever. They got them on our ship and you.
I still serve the Alliance, sir. As a Spectre, I can advance our interests to the Council.
You still know what color your blood is, Shepard? I don't begrudge the politicians' decision to throw you to the Council. It's an opportunity. I do begrudge this over-designed piece of tin, though.
The Normandy is a fine ship, sir. She's served us well so far.
It's a gimmick, Commander. Useless in a stand-up fight.
Нормандия — это легендарный корабль. Ты, Михайлович, что-то тут...
But no, we had to make nice to the Turians, throw money at a co-developed boondoggle. I'm here to make an inspection, Commander. Normandy is an Alliance warship. I intend to see she's up to snuff.
Ну, проверяй, иди.
We'd be honored to show her to you, Admiral.
I'll just bet. Wait here. I won't be long.
Дотошный Михайлович.
Commander, I'm not happy.
В смысле недоволен?
I'm sorry to hear that, sir.
Who designed that CIC? Putting the commander aft of everyone else is inefficient. What if he needs to discuss with the operators toward the bow?
Modified Turian style. They prefer commanders looking over their subordinates rather than in the middle of them. We wanted to see how
Нормалек.
effectively they
Значит,
can command the
DLC-шка...
setup.
Кстати, она скоро уже, по-моему, выходит уже. DLC-шка. Нормально отоварился.
I had to shake my head at that drive core of yours. 120 billion credits at element 0 to make this thing able to move without giving itself away. You realize we could make drive cores for 12,000 fighters with that money?
Вообще топчик.
What good is it to hide for a few hours anyway? Useless.
Интересно, на сколько часов это дополнение?
We can loiter in an enemy system and monitor traffic, or drop infiltration teams on enemy worlds. Normandy can be more effective than the Solarian STG.
Maybe. But that's not the job of a proper warship. We're supposed to find and kill the enemy fleet, not count how many times their garrison goes to the bathroom. And we need to talk about your crew, Commander. Krogan? Asari? Turians? What are you thinking, Commander? You can't allow alien nationals free access to Alliance equipment?
Ах, ты еще и расист, а осуждаем, не поддерживаем такие высказывания против...
Between Saren and the Geth, we have enough enemies out here. Treating other species with suspicion and distrust won't win hearts and minds.
That assumes the hearts and minds are worth winning. That hasn't been proven yet. You have anything else to say, Commander? Any other justifications for the state of this vessel?
None, sir.
Very well. I don't agree with any of this, but your reasons seem sound. I'll be submitting a report to the Joint Military Council. It will not be as negative as I planned. Good hunting, Commander Shepard. Make us proud.
Все, пока, Михайлович. Так, новый уровень. Так, надо что-нибудь прокачать. Снайперские винтовки. А, вот. Тяжелая броня, вот. Раз. Два. Здоровье, иммунитет. Усиление щита, 3. Значит, штурмовик докачаем. Так, Лиара, тебе прокачаем полностью это. Игарус, агент и... Это штурмовик. Так, и теперь можно посмотреть... Блин, что я сделал? Мститель взять. Так, здесь была тяжелая броня. Вот. Гладиатор 3. Защита от физурона 44. Щиты 112. И от биотехурона... А, ну там всего единичка. Надеваем. Как так? Как шлем выглядит? Нормально. Так. Мы идем куда? Так. Идем мы в президиум, в посольство.
In a further development in the Eden Prime investigation, the Council has reportedly revoked the Spectre status of one of its operatives. While the unnamed operative has not yet been apprehended, a Council spokesman confirmed that corrective actions had been taken.
Commander Shepard?
Kalisa Al-Jelani.
Kalisa Benzine and Al-Jelani, Westerland News. Would you answer a few questions for our viewers?
Пресса опять. Это вторая.
What do you want to know?
Ну ладно.
You've been given a unique position to represent our race. People want to get a sense of how you'll do that. Humans have been trying to get the respect of the galactic community for 26 years. With that in mind, what are your feelings on being the first human Spectre?
The Spectres represent the best of every species in the galaxy. To be asked to join them is an honor.
Some have said your appointment is the Citadel throwing humans a bone. Have you encountered any situations where the Citadel asked you to place its needs before the needs of Earth?
The Council is concerned with the needs of the whole galactic community. We're part of that community now. Our needs are on their agenda, but we're one of many.
You really do believe that, don't you? You've been given command of an advanced human warship for your missions. Is there anything you'd like to say about it?
Actually, the Normandy was co-developed by human and Turian engineers. Its design incorporates many innovations, all of which are classified, I'm afraid.
So the Turians have knowledge of the Normandy that is being kept secret from the Alliance public? Do you think it was appropriate to hand Earth's most advanced warship over to the Citadel?
I wasn't aware it had been handed over to anyone. I'm in command, and last I checked, I'm human. Same goes for my crew.
Human, yes, but you do work for the Citadel now, Commander.
Это
One
да,
last question, Commander.
освежить
Rumors back home
память
say you're tracking a
перед
rogue Spectre
дополнением.
named Saren. Do you have any comment on that?
Посмотреть на близняшек еще раз.
Saren instigated the attack on our colony at Eden Prime. Once his involvement was proven to the Council, I was assigned to bring him in.
That's surprising, Commander. The official line says that Eden Prime was attacked by rogue synthetics. Good luck in your mission. Thank you for your time, Commander Shepard.
Алина, здравствуй. Привет. Так, что-то... Это выполненное уже, получается. Да, это выполнено. Так, вообще-то мы шли в посольство. Да, в 2К, близняшки. Уф. Так, посольство. Так, идем мы еще раз к кому? К Насаль. А, это которая сидела там, говорила, что занята. Так, она была здесь. Ну и как, Алина, второй день на работе? Так, Нассана, вот она.
I know you. You're Commander Shepard, the human Spectre. Is there something I can do for you?
You're Nasana, right? I ran into your sister, Dahlia. It didn't end well for her.
What? Are you saying she's...
Dahlia's dead, Nasana, and I know she was blackmailing you.
And I was all set to try to manipulate you into hunting her down for me. But I guess that won't be necessary now, will it?
You wanted your sister dead?
If people found out my sister was a criminal, I'd be considered a security risk. They'd revoke my clearance, or place me on administrative leave until she was apprehended. I shall transfer a little something into your account as a token of my appreciation. I'm sure you'll find the amount satisfactory.
Так, ты еще хочешь нам бабок дать за это?
You're a diplomat on her way up the ranks. It could be handy to have a Spectre who owes you a favor.
You make a good point. Anyone can come up with credits. But I can give you authorization to purchase prototype Asari mods. I will get you added to our manufacturer's preferred client list. I think you'd be very interested in what they have available. Goodbye, Shepard. It has been a pleasure doing business with you.
Так, плюс деньги, опыт. Так. Дальше. Пропавшие пехотинцы. Кахоку нужен. Так, заложник это под это. Так, фанат будет позже. Так, идем в башню посольства, получается. Так, не сюда. Так. Так, президиум, башня цитадели. Так, Кахоку был... Вон он стоит.
No, I'm waiting to speak. Commander Shepard, isn't it? My name is Admiral Kahoku. Is there something I can do for you?
Я нашла вашу группу.
You send a recon team out into the Artemis Tau cluster?
Yes, that's right. They went missing a few days ago. I've been trying to find out what happened to them, but I keep getting the runaround from Alliance brass. Do you know something about this, Commander?
Мне жаль.
I'm not sure how to tell you this, Admiral. Your men were killed by a thresher maw.
A thresher maw? That's not... My men wouldn't just stumble into a thresher nest. Not the entire unit.
Somebody lured them there with an Alliance distress beacon. Placed it perfectly so they'd land right beside the thresher nest.
Damn it. I had a bad feeling about this ever since my team disappeared. An Alliance beacon used as bait, my unit wiped out, and nobody seems to know anything about it. Commander, I appreciate what you did. Now I need to do my part. The families of those Marines deserve to know why they died.
Это в смысле мыть? Что-то новенькое это. Там, походу, совсем начальство много себе позволяет. Вообще там должны мыть эти уборщицы, там кто там есть. Но никак не воспитатели. Что это за бред вообще?
Anything you need from me?
Not right now, Shepard, but I'll let you know as soon as I find something out.
Так, это мы выполнили. Так, все, поехали дальше. Экспресс. Так, ну давайте посмотрим, что можно сделать. Так, это коллекционные предметы. Бандитские войны. Заложник. Распит групп. Пойдем по сюжету. Так. Наверие. Давайте на Наверию поедет, потом на Феррос. На Наверие. Так. В СБЦ. Ну это совсем, конечно. А уборщицы не делают, что ли, получается? Они не моют это?
Garrus, perhaps it is my own trouble with Benezia that makes me ask, but do you feel comfortable facing a respected Turian Spectre like Saren?
Saren is either a traitor or a madman. Taking him down will restore the good name of Turians everywhere.
With your respect for the Spectres, I thought you might hesitate. I'm glad I was wrong.
Да, это, конечно, жесть. Так, на Нормандию обратно идем.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.